Johnny Bray, what up? What's up, big dog?
What up? I got over the 1K threshold.
Yeah, that's what's up. Man, all lives matter. All
Yeah,
lives
all
matter,
lives
little homie.
matter. Everybody.
That's right. Everybody.
What is what is all this shit I could do? I mean, crap I could do on here.
I don't know. I don't really know anything except
Comment
for
setting. Hide potential spam. Man, that might be good for me. I know I'm gonna get that. They got all kinds of stuff you can do on here.
Man, I don't even know anything about that. Like I don't
Apparently
even.
they got a little settings section. I'm all for that. Oh, that's invite. I don't want
Okay.
to invite no daggone body. What is
Yeah,
this?
man. I just
Effects.
what they need to do is they need to join the chat. So they like need to put it to where you can see my chat log and they
Oh,
can
I ain't
see
trying.
your chat
Boy.
or
Oh, look at
whatever.
that. I got the fireworks over me. Yeah.
Ain't nobody mad, little homie. Seems like you're mad. What's up, Dex girl? Doing good. We got old Johnny Ray with me. Yeah, stay brainwashed, little buddy. You got a SpongeBob profile pic. So, yeah, I'm just going to say you're a child and you don't know anything.
Oh, I got somebody in here. What up, Eddie? I don't know who you are, but
Hmm.
what up?
Yeah, man, it's just crazy. Crazy, crazy stuff. Pew pew.
Bro, I've been editing segments all day. My eyes hurt, bro.
Yeah. That's good. It's good. You got some more videos out, or are you
Oh
fixing to
yeah,
put some
dude.
more
I
out?
I've done 3 episodes in like 4 days.
Okay. All right. Well, man, when I was on vacation, I literally didn't pick up my phone unless it was to take a picture. So,
Hell
uh,
yeah.
I have to go check it out.
Was it fun?
Oh man, it was a blast. There was a lot of driving, but yeah, it was great. Article 2, Section 4. What is that? Uh,
What's going on,
Dustin.
Eddie? How you doing, brother?
Man, trying to see what is Article 2, Section 4. I don't even know nothing about it. Talk to me, Dustin. Tell me what you're talking about. You got your computer up, Johnny.
I could. I could.
Check
What you
out
want to know?
Congress.gov, Article 2, Section 4. I don't know what it is. Oh, restore the republic. Yeah,
Restore the republic.
that's what it says. I don't know about it. I hadn't, like I said, I've been off, and I literally got back, and Ouchie Fauci gonna get indicted.
Oh man, them
I'm
emails
sure.
crazy, bro.
What's up, Fast Eddie?
Oh, Eddie done left me for you. That's messed up, Eddie.
Ah, he's just coming to check it out. But yeah, I'd like to see what's up. I mean, man, I don't know. I think it's supposed to be some crazy shit going on. Supposed to be June or July is gonna be big months. I don't know what's up.
Now they're trying to say now that Trump's out here talking about he gonna be reinstated in August. I'm like, I don't think he said that, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think it would be a smarter decision if he waited till 22 and
Yeah,
then Speaker of the House. That would be the smartest decision because he gets 6 years out of it.
Yeah,
instead.
I think that's his best go to if he was smart, was because he would finish out he would have his whole first term, finish out the last year and a half of Biden's term, and then go another
Correct.
4 years.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what I would rather that happen than him come in the middle. And if he gets reinstated, he's going to lose 2 years out of it, or a year and
Yeah,
a half, or year and a
yeah,
half
because
out of it,
you know
whatever.
damn well they ain't gonna let him run again in 2024 after missing
No.
half the term, taking over after Biden. That's why these
Mm-mm.
audits they're a good idea and they're good on paper, but it
Right.
ain't gonna change anything. It's not like they're gonna say, "Oh, well, Donald Trump would have won, so we're gonna take Biden out and put Trump back in." That ain't gonna happen.
Dustin says he's allotted 3 terms because he didn't get a free and fair election.
That is
And
actually
that
false. That's actually false. I've looked into that heavily, and
okay.
that's not how it's stated. Um, the only way that he would be allowed to do that would be it's a combination of declaration of war or um if the nation was in crisis and they won't consider that a crisis. Congress isn't going to consider that a crisis. So unfortunately, no, he's not entitled to three.
Okay.
I
Well,
looked into that
I mean,
because they talked heavily about that around November when everything was really going down, and I actually I heard it and thought, holy crap, that's an amazing thing, but it wouldn't happen.
I said we are in a crisis and more. LOL.
Well, we are. I
But
mean, don't get me
yeah,
wrong, but unfortunately, it's not a declaration of war, and Congress doesn't give a crap about the fact that we're at war with Black Lives Matter and the left. Especially because
yeah,
even if they overturn the presidential election, they won't. There's Congress would still be all Democrat. So unfortunately,
yeah.
the only option they may do, it's a small sliver of a possibility, is they may have a runoff style election, but if they did that, it would still not be beneficial to Trump because he's only going to finish out the 4 years and then he's done. And he has no option to run
Right.
again unless he ran again for uh, the House spot. And then, essentially he could just be Speaker of the House. But that's about the best he'll get unless we take them both back and then he does the impeachment thing then, but I
Yeah,
don't think that
but
would be
Trump
enough of
signed a
a
state of
push.
emergency before he left the office.
Yeah, a lot of people were worried that Barack Obama was going to do that, knowing that Trump won or was
Right.
pretty much in the bag. They thought he was going to start a war with Iran or Syria to be able to stay in office, and he actually made comments about having an extended presidential term. He
Right.
says jokingly, but we all know it wasn't joking. But thank God he didn't, because
So
that.
Dustin said since he did, the election was annulled.
Um, the problem is there's no precedence for this. This has never happened ever in
Right.
the 200 and some years we've been a country. It's never happened. So the precedence is
Right.
not there. So it's really hard to say what could happen. I can only vouch for the logic of it, and the logic is that there's only two ways for him to get back presidency, and that's either to for them to do a runoff election and him take the rest of the term through that, or to go the Speaker of the House route,
Speaker of the House.
or wait until 2024 rerun. But my only issue with rerunning or a runoff is if they don't stop how it happened the first time, it's going to happen
Yeah.
again.
Well, and
And they're not
that's the
taking
whole
any
point. That's the
precautions.
whole purpose of the audits.
Yeah, and they're not
Yeah,
taking precautions to change anything. They've stated there's like I think it was like 300 or 400,000 votes in Arizona as of right now that should be
I
null and
agree though.
void, but
Yeah.
they're not changing them. They're not putting up any kind of precautions to stop it from ever happening again.
Well, once I think once it all comes out in the woodworks, it'll be a little different. I think I,
And
they'll
honestly,
have to do something.
it's going to take Arizona, Michigan, and Georgia, all three who are
Pennsylvania
doing audits
and
right now,
Georgia.
just to change what happened. So Arizona changing it, I mean, they could change very well change it, but it's still not going to take enough back from Joe Biden to say, well, he shouldn't have won. Not
Well,
without the other two states.
yeah, he needs two states. He needs two states to
So
win.
yeah, so I mean,
Yeah, 14K is
honestly,
nothing.
the audit, the only thing the audit is going to do is it's going to show that no, we weren't crazy, that
Yeah, it was
we were right.
it was a fraudulent election. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And if they can get enough changes, my worry is that they're not going to have anything changed by 2022, and it's going to be null and void.
Yeah.
That's my only worry.
Well, I think man, we'll have to see what the upcoming weeks, you know, supposedly in Trump's little North Carolina speech. Next 3 or 4 weeks we should have some definitive evidence.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Trump's supposed to be down in Texas or something in like June or July.
Okay,
He's supposed to be
nice.
starting rallies again either this month or next month. I want to say it was next month, but it may be this month.
Okay, well,
So
I'll have to
I
check
mean,
into it, see where he's at.
at this point we'll just have to listen to what he's got to say. I don't think he's going to come out and say it though. I think he's
No,
gonna
he's not. He has to keep it
I think
all
he's
in the
gonna try
woodwork.
and sneak attack as much as he can, which I think is his best option.
All right, Blaine. I appreciate you stopping by, and have a good one. And I'll see you next time. But
Later,
yeah.
Blaine.
I mean,
Since nobody's in my chat to say bye to,
oh shit.
I
You'll
got
get there, buddy.
zero people over here. I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah, I hope it is this month. I'd like to go and go and
Hey, Justin, what up?
see
You my
what's
only fan now.
up.
Yeah, it's a crazy scenario, and we're never gonna know until it happens. And then once it happens, I guess we'll know. I know for damn sure I ain't gonna listen to no QAnon people no more. They keep pushing the times back.
Oh yeah. Well,
First it was the inauguration, and it was the day after the inauguration, and it was March something, then it was June something. I don't know. I've lost track of them idiots.
yeah. I to be honest, I never really followed like QAnon. Like
I got
I
some
never
people on
really.
my Facebook that are about them, and like all they talk about is like Democrats drinking babies' bloods and stuff, and I don't know about all that. I mean, they are some crazy
Now,
motherfuckers, but I don't know about all
yeah,
that.
it's a little much. Now I do believe that there's some evil shit going on. Uh,
I
but
think a lot of them are pedophiles. I ain't gonna lie. I think a lot of them are trafficking kids and all that. But there's those people on both sides. I mean, there's probably prominent Republicans that do that sort of creepy, weird shit.
Yeah. That's why it's going to be such a crazy thing when it does happen. Like if and when it comes out. I mean,
I think that if they'd start arresting folks, a lot more would come out. But they don't want to arrest
well,
nobody.
no, because then it's going to run way. It's going to throw red flags, and they got to be able to. They got to have enough evidence on other people.
Oh,
I guess.
you right about that, Dustin. He was way more moderate to independent than he was right, for sure. Trump was a registered Democrat until like 2008. And
Eight, yeah,
the only reason he even ran as a Republican was because he had more overall values closer to Republicans than he did Democrats. The only thing that he
right.
agreed with on Democrats was same sex marriage, which isn't even a major Democrat point, but same sex marriage and slightly on abortion.
Yeah, the whole thing with that was like medically necessary
Yeah, yeah,
or
like he kind of had the right and the left on that one because he was okay with the medically necessary, the incest, the rape, but he didn't want it to be for all reasons to be legalized,
yeah,
and that's kind of how he's been on it for the last 20 years.
right. Well, my thing is, it's being used as damn birth control.
Well,
You know,
the
people.
problem with it is that you you can't, just like with any other crime, you can't justify 99% of it by the 1%. I mean,
Right.
I can go out here and kill somebody and be completely justified, but that's a 1% chance that it's a justified killing. Now, should we legalize all murder just because that
No.
my
Yeah.
1% was justified? No.
Agreed.
I mean, you can't do that with drugs. You can't do that with murder. You can't do that with assault. You can't do that with burglary. I mean, somebody could steal my DVD player. If I go and steal it back from them, I still go to jail. I still get in trouble, even though it was justified.
Right.
Same thing with abortion. Just because the 1%, I think it's like 1.3% if you add up health of the mother, rape, or incest. It's like 1.3%.
Yeah.
You can't justify
Yeah.
99% on 1%. I'm sorry, you just can't.
No, absolutely not.
I
I
think it
mean,
should be left up to states, and I think that the they should have to prove rape, incest, or uh, their health and well being. And I think if it turns out that they lied or fingered a guy for raping them, that turns out he never even raped them, they had consensual sex, then I think she should go to prison.
yeah, you should definitely be justified for.
And if at the
There
very
should be
least,
just.
if they don't want to agree to that, I think that you should have one abortion, and if you get an abortion, you get a hysterectomy, and you'll never have an abortion again.
I just think that it wasn't meant to be abused the way that it's being abused.
Well, yeah, I mean, when it first
And
started,
that's
it was safe, legal, and rare, and now it's just legal.
that's right. But obviously, if there's other options. Plan B or
Well,
like.
it's like I tell everybody that I talk to, I am very pro choice. You have choices. You have abstinence, contraceptive, motherhood, adoption. The only one that I am not a choice fan of is the one that's murder.
Yep,
I'm very pro
I
choice.
agree with
Now,
you.
for other choices,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. and you should be accountable for your choice.
Yeah, and that's why I say they should make it illegal except in the instance of rape, incest, or health of the mother, and you should have to prove those reasons. You have to, if you say you got raped, you have to identify the person you were raped by. They have to be proven guilty of rape, and then you're allowed to have an abortion. If you have the abortion and turns out the guy didn't rape you, they prove otherwise, then you get the penalty that he would have gotten if he had raped you. That's the way I feel about it.
I mean, it's logical. It's held accountable for your actions.
I
So
guarantee you, women would stop using his birth control. They would stop going out having one night stands, getting pregnant, and killing babies.
yep, yeah. Because I think what it was last year is like almost a million babies,
Yeah.
which is crazy. It's
Well,
crazy.
it's been on average a million plus children every year for the last at least 10 years. At least. It's been a million
That's
plus
crazy.
added total. And of course, a lot of
Wow.
people are like, well, that's counting miscarriages. Well, no, we're not counting miscarriages because that's not classified as an abortion. It's not.
Right. No.
No, an abortion is you willfully going and getting a baby sucked out of you or cut out of you, depending on how they end up doing it.
Yeah. Which is just. I
I'll
mean, it's
tell you
horrible.
a good movie that you should watch if you haven't seen it. I just watched it the other day, me and my wife. It's called Unplanned. It is
Okay.
about Abby Johnson, who used to be the uh, center director for Planned Parenthood down in Texas somewhere. Um, I can't remember where in Texas, Tyler or something like that, I think. But
Okay.
anyway, she used to be the center director, and then she left and became pro life because she saw how Planned Parenthood was like pushing for the abortion. You know how they're supposed to be medical and all that, but like they
Right.
upped her quotas for abortions that she had to give, and yeah, and then like it actually shows like she helped her last day when she quit. She helped a doctor do an abortion, and it shows like them vacuuming the baby, and it shows the little what's that thing that they put on their stomach to see the baby? Ultrasound.
Oh,
Um,
sonogram,
yeah, the
ultrasound.
sonogram. Yeah, it actually shows it because they were using that to see where the baby was in the stomach. Yeah, it
And
was
that's horrible.
crazy. But it was really good movie to show the insight of how Planned Parenthood runs, and it was super good.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Now I don't. Hmm, yeah, I don't know. That's
I mean,
which
it makes it queasy to watch. Like, I mean, my stomach turned, but to see how that happens, super insightful.
yeah.
Because
Which
I've never been.
Planned Parenthood was pushed by the Democratic Party, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I
Like it
mean,
was.
it was started by Margaret Sanger, who openly said she wanted to genocide black children. She wanted to depopulate the black community. I mean, that was her literally her reasoning for starting Planned Parenthood.
Wow.
And actually, matter of fact, true story, she actually turned to the other side and she became pro life after seeing how that it evolved.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, she actually before she died ended up being pro life. But yeah, her literal reason for starting it was to depopulate the black community. That's why Planned Parenthoods are predominantly in urban areas and not, bumfuck nowhere out in the middle of the country.
Right. Hmm. That's crazy. Yeah, that's just wild, man. I don't know. I just can't. I just don't agree with it. So,
Yeah, I don't. I
what's
don't.
up, Furry Free?
I have no reason to believe that killing a baby for any reason should be justified ever.
Yeah, I don't either. Just because I'm a firm believer that there's many other options. You know, I've taken in kids left and right, and you know, always there's always someone's got an open door. You know,
Well,
like there's always
it's crazy to me that there is almost 3 times the amount of uh, couples wanting to adopt children than are aborted every year. That's what people we should be focused on is fixing the adoption system and but you won't let us focus on that. They want us to focus on killing babies. Why don't we put
yeah,
killing babies on hold for 5 seconds, fix the adoption system, and then you don't have to worry about it? You know, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we found a win-win-win situation. So they have now the ability to freeze embryos and remove them from mothers frozen, and then parents can have them implanted. A woman can have them implanted into her, as long as it's I think it's before like 18 weeks or something like that. So I mean it's still a very close call, but
right,
if for and it's like half the price to go to a doctor and have that done than it is to get an abortion. It's like 2 grand to get an abortion, roughly. It's only $1,000 to go get your embryo frozen, and then just have the doctor set it in a freezer until somebody adopts it, and then they can have it implanted into them. They carry the baby the remaining 9 months, have the baby naturally or C-section, depending on how they want it. That's a win-win-win, literally. The
yeah,
the the
yeah,
mother who doesn't want to carry it doesn't have to carry it. The person who maybe can't have kids can now have a kid, and they get to carry the baby for the 9 months, so they feel like they're a part of the
yeah. A
birthing
part of
process,
the baby.
which is a big
Yeah,
problem in the adoption community because most people they adopt and then they don't feel as close to the kid because they didn't carry it, they didn't birth it or whatever.
right, right.
Vince Biden 3, I don't know what the hell that means, but Biden, I don't think there needs to be 3 Bidens. There shouldn't even be one Biden, let alone 3 of them. That's a scary thing.
No butter on my Pop Tart, buddy.
You don't put butter on the Pop Tarts? Shoot, butter on Pop
Nah,
Tarts is good. Little jelly,
only
little butter.
on a brown sugar Pop Tart, maybe.
Oh man, nah, you gotta put it on the put it. I got the cookies and cream Pop Tarts. I put a little butter on there. That's all right. All
Yeah,
Pop
someone
Tart
came
lives matter, sir.
in. Oh shit, man. So, have you been doing some lives or what?
No, this is literally my first live. I said that I was gonna do a live for my last episode, but when I thought about it, I know that people be coming in here talking, and it would mess me all up trying to do my show and keep an eye on the idiots talking in here. So I was like, I don't think I should do that until I get a little more focus ability. So I haven't
Yeah,
done a
man.
live. This is my first one.
It, it gets pretty tough sometimes. You know, as long as like I don't mind relevant questions or like relevant conversation, but when they come in here and like ask if I put butter on my Pop Tart, you know that it fucks me.
I haven't got the pronoun question yet. I'm surprised.
Give it a minute.
Well,
Give
this
it.
this,
Give it.
this one guy Vince, he's in here. He thinks Biden is 2024 here. So that's always good. It's always
Well,
good to have hope. It's always good to have hope. I hope he'll
you
still be
know,
alive
as
in
Kamala
2024, but I
says,
don't think it's gonna happen.
as Kamala says, you know, we want to what She went to Guatemala and it's like, I want to give the people of Guatemala hope. Well, I hope they stay their ass there.
Yeah. Or I hope they have strong turbulence on the way home.
What's that? What'd you say?
I said I hope that if at the very least they have strong turbulence on the way home.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
like Castaway.
yeah.
Hopefully they got a volleyball and they can name it Wilson.
Wilson. That's right. That's right.
No, did you happen to see the AOC Matt Walsh thing? Did
No, I did not.
you,
What
you
What
didn't
was
see
that
that?
about?
Oh man, that was the greatest thing in the of the week, man. So
Oh,
AOC went all over Twitter putting pictures of her abuela, her grandma in Puerto Rico. Her house, the ceiling was collapsing because Hurricane Maria, like 3 years ago. Um,
okay.
and she blamed President Trump for her ceiling collapsing because orange man bad. Well, she wouldn't pay. She makes like 175,000 a year as a congresswoman. So, you'd think she'd have enough money to fix her abuela's roof. Be nice. She
Yeah, for
she didn't want
sure.
to do that. So Matt Walsh, from Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire, he started a GoFundMe to fix her abuela's roof, and raised $100,000 in like a day and a half. And AOC refused the money. Her family refused the money and said they wouldn't take it because it was a personal attack from him on her abuela.
What do you mean personal attack? You raised $100,000 in
I
Puerto
told
Rico. You damn near build a brand new home.
I told Matt Walsh on Twitter that he could personally attack me with 100 grand anytime.
That's
He
right.
wants to attack
That's
me.
right.
He can attack me all day. I'll take the L. But yeah, it was kind of
Yeah,
it was kind of crappy because I feel like you should care about your grandma getting a roof fixed and not scoring
yeah, that's
political
right. That
points.
was all it was about.
Yeah, I mean, granted, he was doing it as a punch. Don't get me wrong. He wouldn't have cared
Yeah,
otherwise. But
right.
that's something she should have done. It shouldn't have took a conservative, freaking right wing Republican to do that. You should do that because that's your grandma. Like if my
I
grandma's
agree.
roof was falling in, I would go steal lumber to fix her roof.
I'm just saying, you'd
Yeah,
be
it was
doing
like
whatever
a
you
hundred.
got
It
to
was
do
like
to go fix it.
$103,000 they raised in like a day and a half. I
Yeah,
mean, he set the goal at like 48,000, and he hit that in like 2.5 hours.
yeah, it's crazy. It's
And it was
crazy. There's absolutely no reason
everybody.
why you
Ben
shouldn't put that work
Shapiro
in.
did it. Michael Knowles did it. David Rubin did it. Everybody chipped in, and they turned down the money. I was like, obviously they didn't care about Abuela.
That's right. Or it was all just a show.
Yeah, it was all political points. I mean, yeah, her roof probably is
Yeah,
collapsing, but it was for political points.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
all it
for
was.
sure.
It was literally just to be able to say Orange Man bad on Twitter. That's all it was. Like, they find every reason in the world to blame Trump for something, and the man hadn't been in office in 6 months.
Yeah, yeah, of course. That's what happens. That's what they do. Orange man bad, right?
Always.
That's
I wonder if when now that Biden's in the White House, can I say like demented man bad? Is that is that is that wrong of
you
me? Is
probably
that
get. You better watch out. Your TikTok gonna
I
shut
know
off here in a minute.
I'm gonna get banned off lives and it's my first live. At least I didn't say masks didn't work or nothing. Shoot.
Sorry, we all know the truth about that.
Duh. Don't talk about that. You're gonna get me canceled on here. I
Yeah,
did the segment with a buddy of mine, and man, he went on like two or three, like 3 and 4 and 5 minute rants about masks and vaccinations, and I was like, you could see me. I'm like,
Biting knuckles.
like YouTube not gonna like this one.
What you want to talk about? What are you doing, step bro? That's a hell of a name.
Ha, that's a porno reference. I know what he doing. That's bad, bro.
What you want to talk about? What's up, Patriot? How are you doing?
Who is Carrie Mullis, Dustin? Who's Carrie Mullis?
Immigration policy the Supreme Court passed. Uh, what immigration policy did the Supreme Court pass, Johnny?
I ain't heard nothing about that.
Man, I'm good, Patriot. Just chilling at work. Just got back from days off. Uh, man, I'm doing good. Doing good.
Damn,
Yeah,
if I
I don't
could
know.
right? See what
Hold
we
on, give
got
me just
here.
a minute. Give me just a minute, step bro.
Supreme Court
See
rules
what's up.
against immigrants in temporary seeking green cards. Well, good, I guess. I don't know. Good, bad,
Yeah, that
indifferent. Let's see what it says here.
seems like a good deal from what I see.
I mean, that's what it sound like to me, but hey, I'm just gonna look and see what it says here. Let's see here. Alien cannot avoid criminal consequences of removal order. Oh no, that's something else. Well, good. They shouldn't avoid consequences either. Let's see. Alright. Biggest problem is the fact the Supreme Court's ability to review decisions is extremely limited. The Supreme Court has held that deportation is not punishment, but rather an administrative procedure whereby an illegal alien is returned to his homeland. His or her. You can't do his. Damn it, that's sexist. His or her homeland, Supreme Court. The alien has not been deprived of life, liberty, or property, so many constitutional
No,
protections
Patriot.
do not apply.
This
Most
is my guy
important in
Johnny.
the decision is the fact that most detainees facing deportation are dealing with administrative charges in a civil process rather than criminal. Well, it should be criminal, but I understand.
Yeah,
Consequently, they
deportation
do not
should
have.
be a criminal process.
I mean, I
I
could
mean, if
agree
you
with
come
I
over
could
here
agree with
illegally,
this to some degree. They basically are saying that deportation is not considered a punishment, so they're not being deprived of life, liberty, or property. So constitutional protections aren't applying, and that they don't have a constitutional right to an attorney because they're facing civil process and not criminal. That's essentially.
okay.
No, New Jersey. I'm from Oklahoma, and homeboy over there is Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like
So,
Tennessee, so if that gives me any points, Tennessee, I like the Titans.
so I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like, I mean, but obviously, I mean, if they're deporting them again, I'm good with it. I mean,
My
if
only
they
my only
pretty much
problem is that the deportation process tends to take longer than it really should, in my opinion. Um, in my
yeah, well,
opinion,
they should have left the policy of remain in country.
uh, I think that they should deport them within 72 hours. I don't think
Oh
because we
yeah,
spend we spend more money holding criminals here illegally than we do, you know, just sending them back. So why not just
I agree.
72 hours, how many ever you got, stick them in a bus, stick them on a big freaking plane, and fly them back to wherever they came from. That's what I
I
think we should
agree.
do. All
I
you're out at
agree.
that point is the 3 days of feeding and housing these people and the petrol fuel or bus gas to drive them back where they're going.
I agree. Yeah. Yep. Which My uncle was a state trooper, and he worked on the border. Uh, I guess it was probably like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and they would literally when they come. It was probably later than that, probably six years ago or so. But if they come across the border, they literally had to put them on a bus, give them food vouchers, and send them wherever they want to go in the country, which
Yeah,
is absolutely crazy.
yeah,
It's
and
wild.
that's literally what they're doing here. They kept nab them at the border, stick them in a hotel that we pay for, and then I guess when the hotel stops giving them room service, they ship them to wherever in the country they want to go. Tell them, hey, in 18 months you got a court date. I expect you to show up. And then in 5 minutes they're gone like the wind, and that's the reason that we shouldn't catch and release. Period.
Yeah, no catch and release whatsoever. They should be sent back. And before the Trump administration, the several countries weren't taking their deportees back, but
Yeah,
we were paying Mexico $500 million, and they still weren't taking their deportees back. So Trump said, "I'm not going to pay you,"
yeah.
and
You're
then
not
they
gonna
said,
get money
"Oh,
from us
okay,
if you're gonna
I'll."
hold up my system.
That's right. So then they started saying, "Oh, okay, I'll take them back," and
Well,
that's where that.
Slick Joe, he's talking about paying Guatemala and Honduras and all of them Central American countries hundreds of thousands of millions of billions of dollars, and he thinks that's going to stop them from coming here. No, because that money's not going to go to the poor people, and that's the people that are coming here is the poor people.
Yeah, I read Kamala's little thing that she said. She went down to Guatemala or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, well, we'll just give you money to boost your
Yeah,
economy
yeah.
and uh, try to solve the issues," which it's not gonna stop it.
No, because the
It's
government's
not
going to
gonna
keep the
stop it.
money, and the poor people are still going to be poor, still want to come here. I mean, that's like
Agreed.
that's like saying, "Oh, China, we don't want you guys to be, communist anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you $10 trillion and you guys aren't going to be communist anymore." And they're going to go,
And,
"Okay." They're going to take their $10 trillion, they're going to stick it in their pocket
and be
and
like,
go,
"Woo,
we're still communist though."
yeah."
That's like giving
I
a
agree,
that's like
honey.
giving a crackhead a $20 bill and say, "Hey, stop smoking crack now." They're just going to spend the money on crack.
I hate that we send so much money to other countries, and then it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous the amount of money that we send to other countries, and uh, yeah, yeah, it's stupid.
Well, like they
Expect
would,
change.
I couldn't be president because I'm sorry. I get why we have strongholds across the world, why we have navy bases and army bases and shit like that. But honestly, if I were president, I had my way, we would be isolationists, just like we were before World War I. Flat out. I don't want to know what the fuck y'all doing over there. Y'all don't fuck with us over here, and we are good.
Yep.
I don't believe we should be funding gender studies in Pakistan. I don't think we should be fucking with
No.
infrastructure in France. I don't think we should give two shits about the English over there in UK. We kicked y'all's ass once. We don't need to fuck with y'all no more.
I agree.
Take
I
your gun
agree. There's
problem and your knife problem and go on about your damn day. We're gonna be over here. Don't fuck with us.
honey, I wouldn't agree with that because I don't think the rich should pay because they profit from capitalism. I think I'm a firm believer of flat tax, and I
Yeah.
think I think flat tax is the way to go. No,
You know,
no.
I actually you actually talked me more into the flat tax than anybody else. Because I know a lot of people that have tried to tell me that flat tax would be the way, and I was like, that might work, might not work, because of the whole they could take their money and go somewhere else, and then they don't pay as much and all that. But honestly, if you stop them from being able to take their money out of the country, make them pay a flat 10 or 15%, no,
No
take
deductions.
no deductions at the end of the year. We don't file taxes at the end of the year. We just pay it over the course of the year and just be done. I think
That's
that's a
right.
great idea.
I
Matter of
really
fact,
do too.
I'm gonna incorporate that. I haven't filed my taxes yet. I'm late. I ain't gonna file. Fuck them. Tell them
They'll
they
get
already
your
took my
ass.
taxes. I don't need no more.
but but yeah, like I mean, it seems logical if everybody contributed and just paid their tax, flat tax. We already have a you say the rich get rich and the poor get poorer. Man,
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
called
agree with that.
capitalism, and that is supposed to help you, motivate you to go make more money. That's what that is.
That's right. That's
You
right.
wouldn't be poor, stay poor if you motivated your ass to get up and go make more money.
I agree. I agree. And that's my thing is you have to be willing to get out and do the hard work and work your ass off and work your way up and go and do stuff and and like you have to motivate yourself to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
If
Well,
I'm not saying you
not
don't
even an
work, honey.
entrepreneur. You
Uh,
have to motivate yourself to go to work and work. Like,
I agree.
I
I
mean,
agree. And this
not
isn't at
everybody can
you,
own a
honey.
business. I get it, but you
Correct.
should still go to work unless you are physically or mentally disabled where you cannot
And
work. You should get up
that's
off your
true.
ass, go make money. I mean, it's not that difficult.
It's not.
It's truly
And
not.
this wasn't at you, honey. Uh, I'm just saying, in general, we have too many people trying to mooch off the government and take
Well,
advantage of the system.
that is
Then,
why we're in the
then
predicament we're in, where states are now having to give people thousands of dollars to motivate them to go back to work. Because for over a year, they've been collecting money from the government to sit at home and watch Netflix all day.
that's
You can't
correct.
pay people hundreds of extra dollars a week for a year and 3 months and expect that they're just going to go back to work. You can't.
Get back and go back to work. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
They're not going to
It's
be
not gonna happen.
motivated because they've been motivated by getting paid.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they should be giving
You take
bonuses
the
to
money
people that were
motivation away,
working.
then they're gonna get off their ass and go to work.
Yeah, like if you take that extra money away, they're either going to get evicted or going to get up and go get a job. Two choices. I mean, or they're going to commit suicide. That's the only other option. And if you're going to do that, well, sounds like there was more problems than work.
I agree. You know,
But
you just have to be willing to go out and do it,
I think they
and
should give
that's where.
I think they should give us a bonus to people that stayed working this whole time.
Yes, I agree.
See you later, New Jersey. I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna follow you right here. Boom, follow. Got you.
Yeah, absolutely. Some homeless people choose to be homeless, but there are other homeless people that you know. I don't give money to the homeless too often. I give money to people that are in need, but um, I definitely it's a choice. It is a choice because if you don't want to be homeless, there's ways to not be homeless.
Well,
In my
there's a very thin veil on that because it's a statistical fact that the majority of homeless people have some sort of mental illness, and that it is not their fault. I mean, veterans that have
Correct.
PTSD that freak out when they hear a car backfire, that is not their fault.
Yeah.
We need
No,
to
it's not.
focus on health care, but not the health care that everybody else want to talk about. Everybody want to talk about everybody should be entitled to health care. No,
That's
no.
not gonna work.
Veterans should be entitled to health care because they went and could have died. They
Served
are
our country.
entitled to health care. They should be anyway. But if
Right.
you're homeless and you go to a doctor and you're homeless, that doctor should be able to help you. There should be programs
Agreed.
to help. Nobody's saying we should take away all socialist programs. I've never heard one person say that. I think socialist programs are a good thing within reason. If they're
To
capped,
a
if
certain
they're
extent.
monitored, if they're
Yeah, the
monitored, they
problem.
can be good.
Yeah, but I don't know that I agree with socialist programs. I think that
Well, I
our
mean
veterans should
that's what
have.
Social Security is. That's what Medicare is. That's what welfare in general is. It's a socialist program.
It is.
The only
It
difference
is.
is that it's been left untethered for 50 years, and people are able to sit on food stamps and sit on TANF and sit on the welfare programs instead of
And ride the
using it for what it
program.
was supposed to be for, which is a temporary alleviation of financial burden until you could get back on your feet. It's
Hold on,
just like,
Dustin. Check check go to congress.org and look up H Resolution 57. Oh yeah, it's definitely all about money. Honey, I mean, I agree. You should be able to get certain therapies, and it the problem is that it's being abused, and and it takes away from the people that actually need it.
what did he say to look up?
H Resolution 57.
Oh.
House Resolution 57.
Uh, no free rent?
Hmm. Oh, they're taking away the free rent because during the pandemic, I guess they had people couldn't be evicted for free
Oh,
rent.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I knew all about that. I didn't know that they were taking it away. I know it was supposed to be a deferment, but um that I knew that people were gonna take advantage of that shit. I knew it was gonna backfire on them.
And honey, what I'm talking about is like I get it. Um, you know, people need help, but people use it as a crutch and then ride the government, and then it takes away from certain people that don't need it. You got too many people that don't need it that are just riding the wave, taking away from the people that actually do need it.
The title of the bill is actually called "No Free Rent for Freeloaders Act." I'm sorry,
Free
that's
rent
just
for
too
free.
damn funny. Uh, Dustin, I don't see anything about the impeachment on here. The one that it pulls up for me when I look up HR 57 is the the free rent thing.
Yeah, you definitely have to help yourself. Um, you have to help yourself to a point. You have to be
Well,
willing to put put a foot forward, move
like,
forward.
don't get me wrong, I get it 100%. If you get fired from your job and you need money until you get another job, 2 3 months, whatever, cool. But I don't want you living on my taxes for a year and a half while you're looking for a job. That's not
Yeah,
fair. And
No, it's
that's where
not.
I draw the line. And I think socialist programs can work if their oversight is correct, if they are monitored, if they are capped.
So to the other side of that is that, you know, if you have to be willing to do stuff that you don't want to do. You know what I mean?
Oh
Doesn't mean
shit!
like
Damn.
if you get if you get fired from a job, you ought to be willing to go scrape shit off the ground if that's what you got to do to pay your bills. You
Okay,
know what I'm
okay. Hey,
saying?
breaking news. I just found that HRES 57.
Okay.
It was introduced January 21st. This resolution impeaches President Joseph Robinette Biden for abuse of power by enabling bribery and other high crimes and misdemeanors. Specifically, the resolution sets forth an article of impeachment stating that in his former role as vice president, President Biden abused the power of the office through enabling bribery and other high crimes and misdemeanors by allowing his son Hunter Biden to influence the domestic policy of a foreign nation and accept benefits from foreign nationals in exchange for favors. This article states that by such conduct, President Biden endangered the security of the United States and its institutions of government, threatened the integrity of democratic systems, interfered with the peaceful transition of power, imperiled a coordinate branch of government, and demonstrated that he will remain a threat to national security, democracy, and the Constitution if allowed to remain in office. So, it
So
hasn't been voted
when
on
was
by
that
anybody,
posted?
but they did set forth articles of impeachment. I did not know that.
When did that get posted?
It was introduced on January 21st, so it would have been the day after inauguration.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody signed it. Nobody's
Yeah,
nobody's
it hadn't been voted on. It doesn't say when it's supposed to be voted on either. Normally it says last action was 3-5. It was referred to the subcommittee of the Constitution, Civil Rights, and Civil Liberties, which it's not gonna go through because we have too many Democrats in the House and the Senate for it to ever get
right,
passed.
it'll never go through.
But it I mean, they have filed it.
Yeah. Man, but how do you get past man, how do you get past that?
The only way that it'll finally go through and get voted on is if we take back the House and the Senate. But that just further proves my point that if Trump wants to run, he could run and win because he'll win in Florida no matter where he runs or what he runs for. He's gonna win. If
Right.
he runs in Florida and we take back the House and the Senate, he would be a shoe-in for Speaker of the House, guaranteed.
Right.
Nobody's gonna deny him Speaker of the House.
Right.
So, and we're only, I mean, technically,
Yeah, conservative Republican. Yeah.
technically we have two Democrats that are pretty much Republicans. Um, that can kind of fill up a couple of those rhinos that we don't want.
Right.
But I think we're like 10 or 15 seats shy in the House, and then I mean we're dead even in Senate. So I mean all we need is literally one seat. If we
Right.
gain one seat and keep the remaining seats we have, we would take the Senate.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of hella good conservatives running in 2022. I mean, you got Chad Prather is running in Texas. Graham Allen is running in Texas. Um, Candace Owen has talked about running, and she'd run
Yeah.
in Tennessee. I mean, there's a lot of conservatives that are talking about running in 2022. So,
What, Ted Budd in North Carolina and
yeah,
then
There's a black guy. He's running in Chicago, I want to say, Illinois somewhere.
Okay.
And he's a conservative. He's running. There's a couple of people running for Republican in New York that are strong conservatives.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's quite possible we could take the House by a huge margin if everybody runs and wins.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it all hinges on whether or not they're going to work out the kinks of them being able to just screw us at every turn.
Yeah. If we don't fix this election system, then we're just gonna get it's
Yeah. If we
it's
don't put in place the measures to fix the way the voting takes place, there'll never be another Republican. It's going
there's
to be a
lots of proof
Democrat.
here.
What?
Oh, this guy's on here. He said there's no proof that Trump won.
I mean, there's no proof he won, but there's a mass amount of proof that he had more votes. There's a mass.
Hence one.
I mean, the 10,000 dead people that voted Democrat in Detroit would be one.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 4,800 dead people that voted in Nevada for one.
Yeah, that's cool. He's already gone.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
alright. His name says "I love sluts," like his
Yeah.
his little
I
profile
I do
picture.
I do too, buddy.
Man, it's yeah. I think it'll all work out. Man, what did I
I
see? Man, I, I seen something else. Man, I don't have it on me. Um, what was it? It was like Ohio or no. Man, I don't know. I was trying to I read something earlier about a state and it was a Republican that did some off the wall shit that you wouldn't see that a Republican does. But I'd have to go back to the my my news channel and see what it was.
yeah, there's a
Uh,
few Republicans doing some crazy shit that it's
that
almost like it's a setup to look bad because it's not stuff that you would think Republicans would be about.
right.
Just kind of
Yeah,
like
they
the date which will, not be talked about. That was a lot of people wearing Republican attire but not acting like Republicans.
okay.
Like they were all wearing flags and MAGA gear, but when's the last time you saw a bunch of MAGA people tearing shit up? You don't.
Yeah. No.
And that seems quite fishy, especially since a lot of people say, well, there were no uh leftists that were there, and I'm like, dude, I can name five that have video footage from inside the building. Inside the building.
Yep.
What were they doing there if it was a MAGA riot?
Yeah, and it was Antifa and BLM members that were in
Yeah,
there, or no, it was like eight.
Jaden X or whatever his name is a huge BLM provocateur, and he was there filming. The news used his fucking footage. And by the way, he was arrested and released in less than 3 hours. Just so everybody's clear. Meanwhile, the Viking shaman or whatever his fucking name was, who I think's a jackass anyway, is being held in solitary confinement right now with 23-hour lockdown.
Yeah, pretty much everybody who got arrested is in pretty much like pretty hardcore lockdown.
And the only one that did anything remotely illegal besides the trespassing, which you can't be trespassing if you're invited into the property. Laws matter. But even
Yep.
if after being told to leave, they considered it trespassing, which I guess by law would, the only one who did anything remotely illegal besides that was the jackass in the skinny jeans that took the podium.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he looked
So,
like a
uh,
fucking liberal. I'm just saying.
so I have a friend. His uncle was there, and um, his ass is in prison for being there.
Really.
Yep.
Yeah, I
But he
interviewed
kind
a
of had a
girl who
rap
was
sheet.
out there,
So
but she wasn't like at the Capitol. She was like down the way. So, she wasn't like on the property or whatever, but she was telling me that she had videos, and when you add the timeline of her video, literally the time that Trump was talking was the exact moment that somebody broke the first window at the door of the Capitol. How did Trump
oh,
inspire
okay.
you to do that if he was still talking on stage?
Yeah.
They would have had to have left
Which
before he even went on stage to make it there, because it takes 45 minutes to walk at a regular pace. It takes 45 minutes to walk from where his speech was to the Capitol steps.
which he said it was gonna be go down there for a peaceful protest anyway.
Well, yeah, I do find it particularly piquant that they say that his fight like hell words was what inspired the riot. But then in Tulsa, just last week, Joe Biden said, I'm going to fight like heck. That's the
Yeah.
same
So what's the
concept,
difference?
right? I mean, besides the fact that he didn't curse, he said the
Right.
exact same thing, and not one peep from the mainstream media about him inciting any kind of riots.
Yeah, because it's all bullshit.
By the way, any black entrepreneurs out there, you ain't black if you have an attorney or an accountant. Just so you know. Hey, Joe
You better
Biden's worth
watch it. Yes, get booted before you even get to finish your first live.
Hey, I've been on for a little bit. It's a damn good live. If they kick me off now, be all right. No, you're right, Dustin. AOC over there fucking talking about, oh, I thought I was gonna die, and she was in a completely separate fucking building. AOC.
Yeah, it's a bunch of dog shit.
I just find it funny that for weeks, BLM and Antifa, known BLM and Antifa people were putting out that there was going to be a riot by Trump supporters, and then conveniently enough, there was a riot by supposed Trump supporters. So either we are the most retarded group of people, I mean, stupid group of people, or that shit was set up. One of the two.
Yeah, it was definitely set up. I mean, you got to think that's all George Soros is, paying
Well,
people
he
to.
was shipping people in on buses for Black Lives Matter rallies and riots. I mean, shipping
Yeah.
them in on Greyhound buses and in the backs of U-Hauls.
Yep.
Yeah, Pelosi did set it up. She told the National Guard to stand down. They wanted to give more security, and she said no. and then bitched because there wasn't enough security.
Yeah.
Pelosi has friggin' oatmeal for brains. She got one too many blowouts at the friggin' hairdresser during COVID.
During COVID, where you weren't supposed to
Yeah, when you weren't supposed
have
to, but she was set up when she called and asked for the appointment, and the person said yes. Okay, where I'm from, that just means they were okay with making some money.
Yep.
And none
It's
of these
crazy.
people believed the COVID hype. None of them did. Fauci was out there without a mask, sitting right next to people at baseball games. Frigging Mussolini, frigging Newsom, he was out at friggin' expensive restaurants, fucking partying and eating $300 plates of food. Friggin' Andrew Cuomo was out sexually assaulting interns. I mean, Lori Lightfoot was out getting her hair did because she needs to keep up appearances. Old fucking Beetlejuice looking bitch. I have so much hostility toward Democrats nowadays. Like, god dang.
Man, just look at what they're doing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just tearing this country apart.
Yeah, like I would be so open armed with Democrats if they could just one time, just one damn time, not have a double standard. Just once.
Yep.
That's all I'm asking. Just one time. One time.
Yeah. But
But they
that's
can't.
the problem. It's only when it fits their narrative
Yeah.
that it's okay.
Yeah. When it's BLM burning shit down, it's okay. It's First Amendment rights. If it's a group of white people, it's bad unless they're burning shit down in the name of black people. It's ridiculous. I told my buddy on the episode, and I'll say it here, I'll say it everywhere. The double standards is causing two kinds of racists. It is making black people racist toward white people, and it's making more white people racist toward black people. That's what it's doing. Because
It's just division.
white people are going to eventually start getting tired of being called a racist for everything, and they're going to start being racist. And then black people are going to say, well, you're a racist. And they're going to say, yeah, because you've been calling me one for the last 4 years when I've done nothing racist. So now I'm going to do something racist so I can say, hey, now you have a reason to tell me I'm a racist. That's exactly what's going to happen. Maybe not by me, because I have zero wills. I'll kill anybody. It don't matter what color they are. I got bullets for all colors. Yeah, you're right, Dustin. Segregation, and that's what they want. They
That's
fought so
all it
hard in
is.
the '50s to desegregate, just to in 2021 segregate.
Yep. And it's just so politicized now that it it's forced segregation. I mean, not forced segregation, that people's minds are manipulated to segregate themselves
Yeah, I saw a
instead of.
movie. I saw a movie, and I see a lot of movies, but I seen a movie. It's called freaking, oh man, what the hell is it called? In surrogate my wife could have told me the damn name, but it's hold on, I'll tell you. But it's a three-part movie. It's three movies, and Divergent. That's what it's called.
Divergent.
Have you seen it? That
Yeah.
shit is seriously predicting what's going on right now. They got factions all broke down into little classes. You got the rich group, the poor group. That's what we're headed for. That's what we're gonna be in a couple of months, guaranteed.
Yep. I agree. I mean, if you look back at, over the past, hell, 20 years, about all the movies and everything, like all the propaganda has been put in our movies
Yeah,
and the narrative, so that our mentality is already adapted to what is actually going to happen.
yeah. We're already secure in what's going to happen. We all see it in the movies we watched over the last 10 or 15 years. I mean,
Agreed.
the Hunger Games, Dustin said the Hunger Games, the Maze, all three sets of movies are literally where the future of is at. I mean,
I
people look
agree.
at like Back to the Future and go, "Oh, that was talking about the future." Yeah, but that was a retarded future. These movies legit are coming true. Hunger Games is going to come true
Yep.
once socialism starts taking effect. It's going to happen. The fact that they're going to break down cities into little districts and they're going to make people kill each other just to eat. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Speaking
I
of
don't
Hunger
doubt
Games,
it.
my wife made me watch that shit, and I used to think it was gay as hell, and I think it's actually a truly good set of movies now.
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, it's just crazy on what the, Hollywood or the propaganda that is put in front of us, that you don't really realize is actually, they're just preparing you for what's actually going to take place.
Yeah,
It's
they're
just
already
it's
preparing you for what the future holds in the
yeah,
vast
absolutely.
majority of movies. And what I liked about the Divergent one is, spoiler alert for anybody who hadn't seen it, maybe, in the third movie you find out it's all because of DNA gene alteration, which is what they're doing now.
Yep. Gene therapy.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing now, and they shot down the bill that tried to stop the chimera testing. So now they're free and clear as of right now to start mixing humans and apes. We're gonna have Planet of the Apes in the next freaking 6 months.
Yo, is my stuff echoing?
No?
Okay. I was just checking because I've got it on my truck right now.
Oh, on like the Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
For some
noticed on like
reason,
phone
truck or
calls, if I
whatnot.
have mine on Bluetooth, it'll echo, but it won't if
Okay.
I'm like video, like FaceTiming, not FaceTime because I don't have iPhone, fuck them.
Yeah.
If I'm like video conferencing, it won't echo on Bluetooth. It's really weird. Confessions of a Time Traveler 2036. I'll have to look that up. Dustin said look it up on Tubi. It must be a good movie. Let's see what we got.
Okay. So this guy said Divergent is a soulless cash grab on the dystopian scale.
I mean, that's essentially what it was.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
Jeff Daniels turned out to be an asshole.
Give me just a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna step out for a second.
Yeah, you do that. Let's see. Well, it don't really give a whole lot of detail on that one, but it's only 37 minutes. I'm gonna have to watch that later. So yeah, Dustin, I'll definitely check that out. I got Tubi on my TV. I'll have to watch that when I get off this live.
All right, I'm back.
So I looked up the movie that he said, the Confessions of a Time Traveler. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to check that out. I got Tubi on the TV. So when I get done with the
All
live,
right.
it's only like a 30-minute movie. It's supposed to be a true story about a guy from the year 3036 or something like that. So I don't know. We'll see. I heard Donald Trump was a time traveler too. So I mean, if he's a time traveler, anybody can be. I
I'm just
swear.
saying they had like someone had an iPhone and like I don't know. I didn't watch some bullshit. You can't believe shit you see anymore.
I seen one. I seen one video. It came up on my Facebook feed the other day, and it was like videos of like people in regular clothes back in like 1901 or something like that, and it looked clearly edited, and I was like, y'all really give like a bad reputation to what could be a true thing. Like it could be true. There could be
Right.
time travel. Doc Brown could be floating around in the DeLorean right now, but nobody would believe it because y'all dumbasses put these stupid videos out, making it look fake as hell.
Yeah. What's up, BTS Army?
Yeah, I do know Tesla, Nikola Tesla was definitely definitely experimenting with the time traveling, and I think he did. I think he did invent time traveling. I really truly do. I believe there are abilities to go. I wouldn't say like years and decades into the future and the past, but I definitely think that there's abilities to time travel minutes or hours in any direction. I would think. I watched Endgame. I know that shit could be real.
You never know, man. Everything's so
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, Jesus was a time
manipulated.
traveler. You don't know. I mean, he could have been. For all we know,
Mm,
Earth is a second Earth. We could have started it on Mars, fucked that planet all up, and then got shipped here. Who knows?
the rabbit hole is deep.
For real,
That
you
is
ever look
correct.
on YouTube, motherfucker will take you down to some crazy videos. For real, I
I'm
seen one
telling
that was
you.
like Donald Trump was actually a Nazi soldier in Germany, and they'd show pictures look just like him in Germany. I'm like, this is some stupid shit. And then one was like
Yeah, but you
Barron
don't know
Trump
what the
is
hell's
Donald
true.
Trump in the future or some shit. I was like, man, this hurts my brain.
It's so easy. It's so easy to manipulate stuff now
Yeah, like I
that
could take your picture and make you
you
look
don't
like a
even know what the
fucking
fuck's true.
Martian. I could literally make you look like ET. It's not that difficult. Just do me a favor, put your finger like this. I'll make you look like ET, guaranteed. Just ET phone home.
What?
For real, it's
It
not
said
hard.
what
Like,
destroy. I got a lady on here that says, "What destroyer was it that time traveled?" Wasn't there? I know there was a destroyer that supposedly was in a different era or different time.
I heard, I want to say it
I
was
don't
like
know.
Napoleon or somebody was supposed to be like a time traveler or some shit like that. I don't know, because most of the time when I see some shit like that, I don't even read on it because it's just so fucking far fetched.
She said no, it wasn't or no, Napoleon wasn't.
It was. I remember hearing something about one of the old like empire conquerors that did that. I thought it was Napoleon. I thought it was a real well known one, but maybe not.
Yeah, hell, I don't
Like
know.
like I said,
She
once
said
I
it was a
Googled,
USA battleship.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know shit about no ships time traveling. That's Doc Brown's area. You need to go contact Christopher Lloyd.
That's not- I don't know. That shit's crazy.
Well, yeah, Edison would have hated free energy because his whole deal was based around energy. Of course, he would have hated free energy. And a black man invented the
Oh, it
light bulb.
said
You didn't
it
know?
was for like 3 hours, and the people were stuck in the walls and such.
I
It said,
did
"Don't
hear of
laugh, look it
a
up."
ship going through the Bermuda Triangle, and they said some shit about it that takes you to a different dimension or some shit. They
Yeah,
say
which that's several.
the Titanic didn't sink, that it like time traveled or some shit. Like it went through a sinkhole or some shit. I was like, I don't know nothing
Which
about
there's
all
like
that.
there's lots of spacecrafts and shit that been through the Bermuda Triangle and like lost like hours of time.
Yeah, they say that that's one of the things that Amelia Earhart hit, and like when she was flying around the world.
Oh, she said they meant to do it,
Oh,
so it was a
let me
planned
let me
event.
let me see here.
Hold on, BTS. He's gonna look it up.
It was called the Philadelphia experiment.
Oh, the Philadelphia experiment. There you go.
Yeah, it was the USS Eldridge. It was a Navy destroyer escort.
Oh, okay.
According to this, I don't know. I've never read up on it, but it said that it supposedly happened back around the 40s, 1943. It says so. I don't know. I'd have to
Oh,
read up
okay.
on that. Some It's kind of interesting.
Yep. Which they've been, they know a lot of shit. The government just hides everything from
Well,
us.
it's funny that they have all these movies that are so accurate to UFOs and the paranormal for it to not be somewhat logical. I mean, you movies have to have some sort of inspiration. Nobody just came up with a UFO out of their brain and goes, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna make this up," and then all of a sudden shit started happening. So
Yeah.
I think aliens could be real. I don't see why aliens wouldn't exist. I mean, we exist. Maybe God made
Yeah.
aliens too. You don't know. Could be a small side project for this guy. Shout out Lil Dicky. He was smart. You ever heard that song? If you've never heard that
Yeah.
song,
Yeah.
go watch Pillow Talk by Lil Dicky. He talk all about
It's
aliens in that
hilarious.
motherfucker. But
I
it's
love
really
Lil Dicky. He's funny as
like,
shit.
I mean, what in your brain makes you think that if God made Earth and humans and even dinosaurs, everybody's agreed dinosaurs existed, why couldn't he have made life on other planets? How'd the other planets get there? They didn't just
So
form.
you seen BTS says she's seen 2 UFOs in East Tennessee.
I ain't gonna lie, I've seen some shit in the sky that could have been a UFO. I mean, I didn't see it close, so I can't say, yeah, that's what it was, but there's been weird shit with lights fluttering in the sky. Could be a UFO. I don't fucking know. Yeah, dragons existed. You're damn right. I want to fly on one.
Hell yeah.
I played Skyrim.
So
I could
I've
drive
seen
one
some
of them
shit.
bitches.
Oh, she said she's got a video in her content
Oh, okay.
of it.
Yeah. I'll have to go look at that. Hey, friend
Yeah.
me. Friend me.
Yeah.
I'll
Go friend Johnny Ray
I'll go
real
check it
quick.
out after the live.
She'll go check your content.
Yeah, I'll go check it out because I'm interested in shit like that. I got a buddy that's like super into the alien thing, and me and him will talk for 2-3 hours about just crazy shit that could be.
So when I was working in South Texas. I was, out in the middle of the desert, looking up at the stars, and literally, I looked up and I seen this thing like shoot across the sky, and then literally turn and go right back the other direction, like super fast.
Yeah,
Like it was a long ways away, so I couldn't tell
yeah, but it's not a
shape
shooting
or
star.
anything. But
Shooting stars don't zigzag. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they don't go back the other
you
direction.
don't know of any planes that can make turns like that. I mean, yeah, they may have them, but
No,
we ain't never seen them. I ain't never
no,
seen a plane that could turn on a dime like that.
no, me either.
I've seen lights like in the distance that the lights. You can tell when it's like like the flight towers that have the blinking lights that are constant. I've seen lights that
Right.
aren't constant like that legit are like like Morse code shit.
Yeah.
It could be aliens. I don't know. There's nothing in my brain that could definitively say no aliens exist. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree.
So until I fly into outer space personally and go to every planet and every galaxy and say, nope, no alien activity here, none over here, I
Hmm.
can't say definitively there's not.
I don't know, man. It's pretty wild. Like that's one thing that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do astronomy, or be able to fly and go to space.
I
But
know when I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut. I did. And then when I grew up and realized they got to do hella tests, I can't do all that. Hell no. I'll let y'all do all that. I'm gonna keep my ass on the ground. I seen Armageddon. I don't want that. Mm-mm. I've seen enough space movies to know nothing good happens in space. Nothing. You watch any space movie, even Star Wars, always got a problem. Star Trek
So
always
I
got
got a
a
question
problem.
for you.
Ah,
Why why did we come up with the Antarctica Treaty? What was the reason behind that?
the Antarctica. I didn't even know we had a treaty with Antarctica. Is there
Yeah,
people
you
in
can't
Antarctica
you
to
can't
even
even
have a
go to
treaty?
Antarctica. What?
Is there even people in Antarctica to have a treaty with?
Well, it's with a bunch of countries. It says that we can't even go to Antarctica.
I'm gonna read up for a second. You hold the phone. 1959, December 1st. The Antarctic
I'll
Treaty
watch
was
them
signed
BTS.
by the 12 countries whose scientists have been active in and around Antarctica. So it looks like U.S., England, not sure, maybe I don't know what fucking flag that is. France, Norway, uh, Australia, Japan, all the good countries, and a Texas flag. I don't know why in the hell they got a Texas flag along. Y'all motherfuckers is y'all selfish. Is what y'all are.
We trying to get in everything.
For real, y'all gotta be on y'all's own shit all the time.
Yeah, G7 in the United Nations.
Yeah, essentially it doesn't even say what the fuck it was. It just says there was a treaty. Oh, more. Okay, hey, I found the more button. We all good. All right. Some people need layout help with their damn websites. I'm gonna get in on this website and tell them they need some help. The Antarctic Treaty was signed in Washington on December 1st, 59 by 12 countries whose scientists have been active in and around Antarctica during the International Geophysical Year of 57 to 58. It was entered into force in 61 and since been ascended by many other nations. The number of parties to the treaty is now 54. 54 countries. 54 now.
There's a lot of countries. telling you can't go to Antarctica. Unless you're on a guided tour. And you can't fly over Antarctica.
Well, no, because we're a flat Earth, bruh. You fly over it, you go into space. Duh.
I'm just saying.
Sarcasm. I don't believe that we are a flat Earth. Calm down, people.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't say anything about not going there. It just says the three acts say Antarctica shall be used for peaceful purposes only. Freedom of scientific investigation in Antarctica and cooperation toward that end shall continue. And scientific observations and results from Antarctica shall be exchanged and made freely available. That's all that it says. It doesn't say we can't go there. It just says the basically no one country can take hold of Antarctica and say nobody else can come here except us. That's essentially what the treaty says.
No
According
one
to
circumnavigated Antarctica, though.
this is from the Secretariat of the Antarctic Treaty website. So unless there's some other little language that I don't see here, it doesn't say anything about not going there. It just says that basically a country can't take territory of Antarctica. So
Russia been doing a bunch of shit over there.
I think,
And China from BTS
yeah, I
Army.
know China been doing all kinds of crazy shit, all over the place. It ain't even just there. They're looking into like hypersonic technology and shit, and that's what a lot of people are claiming these UFO sightings are, is Chinese or Russians testing hypersonic technology, which it stands to reason that that could be true. I mean, those motherfuckers are crazy, and they got billions of dollars because they don't pay nobody nothing. They don't have to spend no money.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the UFO thing is true, and I think they're just saying it's China and Russia and them just because they don't want people to. I think they're slowly easing us in so that they can use it as a decoy later on when they really need it. Like they could be like,
BTS said, what about building an artificial sun?
I mean, I ain't heard
What?
about that, but I wouldn't put it past no damn body because everybody crazy in 2021. Everybody
They're
crazy.
doing some wild shit.
Yeah, I mean, for all I know, I still maintain the idea that we all are in the Matrix. None of us are actually doing any of this shit. We're all hooked up to machines in the back of our heads in some spaceship somewhere in a simulation program. And that's why when you die, I think they take you out of the Matrix. That's just my opinion.
No shit.
I think when you die, they pull you out of the Matrix, they wipe your memory, put you back in the Matrix, and that's where new babies are born and dogs and shit know how to talk. That's all I'm saying. I've said too much. No, I do believe the Matrix thing, though. I truly do. I think that we are in a computer simulation because it's so ironic.
Yeah, maybe we're dead already.
I mean, yeah, maybe this is afterlife. This is a shitty afterlife,
Who
but
knows?
maybe this
It's
is
rough.
maybe the Catholics had it right, and this is purgatory, motherfuckers. Because for real, if you think about it, the Catholics, they believe you go to purgatory and cleanse your soul, and then you're allowed into heaven, right? What does Earth kind of sound like? Place for you to cleanse your soul and then be led into the afterlife. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy.
I just know when I die, I'm expecting them to look at me and go, Mormonism was the correct answer. Go to hell.
Oh shit.
That's all I'm saying. I'm waiting for that. South Park done said it. I think that's gonna happen. Mormonism.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Like I said, I mean, for all I know, Jesus could have been a time traveler. Could have
You
been.
never
Could have
know,
been.
because
You
if you
don't
think
know
about
because
it,
the brain can't fathom that.
you know, if you think about it, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost has been through several traditions, like throughout thousands of years. You know, each
Yep.
there's a lot of different religions that had basically three spirits: the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost,
Yeah.
basically. And um, it goes back. It goes back far.
Well, I mean, if you
Uh,
think about it, all all religions are derived from another religion to some degree. I'm not a religious scholar, so don't take me on all
Me
that shit.
neither.
But if you look at a lot of religions, they all derive or are some sort of uh, ascertained from a previous religion. Christianity holds a lot of Jewish values, but they're not quite Jewish. I mean,
Right.
Catholics have a lot of Christian
BTS
values.
Army said the Holy Trinity goes back all the way to Roman times.
Oh yeah, Romans had a Holy Trinity. It was just not
Yeah, but
God,
even
Jesus,
even
and
way before Roman times.
yeah. I mean, they've had it for a long. I mean, look at even what's the Mother Earth religion? That religion that like believes that the Mother Earth is the God. They had three
Okay.
spirits. They had Mother Earth and Father Time and fucking Water Windy or whatever her name was. I mean, they they had three too. Everybody did. I mean, very few religions don't have three. Even Islam has at least two, because they have Allah and then they have Muhammad, which is the prophet, which is their equivalent to Jesus, essentially, without the being related part. I mean,
Father time.
whatever his fucking name. I know they they had a bunch of fucking names. I don't know. I I think I'm gonna switch to the one animism. Have you ever heard of animism?
I have no idea. No.
Animism is the belief that everything has a fucking soul, a spirit. This can of pop has a spirit, and they believe that if say I have this can of pop and I'm holding it like this and I drop it and it lands on my foot and it hurts me, that the reason that it fell and hit my foot and hurt me is because I offended that spirit in somehow. Like I guess by consuming it. I don't know. I would only assume. Um, and I think I'm gonna start doing that. I think everything has a fucking spirit, and you better not offend the spirit, or you're gonna fucking hurt yourself.
Oh shit.
Dustin, what's your take on Hollow Earth, the Richard Byrd theory? I have never heard of that. You'd have to tell me about it, or I'd have to look it up. I've never heard of Hollow Earth. Last I checked, we had a
It's called
core.
karma.
Yes, it is called karma, and that's where karma came from, is animism. That's actually where that term came from, is the
Okay.
karma of you offending a spirit and it hurting you. That's where the karma. And then they took the what's the people that pray to the cows in the Middle East, Hindus or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
They they
Yeah.
they believe in the reincarnation aspect from animism, which is everything has a spirit and it lives on and goes into something else when it dies.
Okay.
Which I want to know what the spirit does in a can of pop or a tree like all day. Do they just sit there and read a book? I don't know.
Just
I
hang
don't know.
out.
Yeah, they just kick it. I would hate to be that spirit, that's for sure.
You never know. You could enjoy it.
Maybe it could be peaceful. Who knows? You could shake your leaves
Could
and
be.
fuck with people a little bit. I might like that. I want to be
Drop a
like
pecan on somebody.
I'm gonna be the tree that like waits for some young couple to be making out, and I'm just gonna grab them like that, and just like, blah, motherfucker. Yeah, they gonna freak out. They gonna freak out. That's my karma tree. There's a lot of craziness in religions, man. Fucking and the honest to God, the faith that your religion is right is one in 10,000 because there's so many religions. I mean, they all can't be all right. There's only going to be one.
But they all have basic same principles
A
for the
lot of
most
them,
part.
yes. A lot of them have the
A
basic
lot of them do.
morality set,
Correct.
foundation. I do know
Yeah.
that if Christianity is not the correct one, I hope that Islam is, because it's the easiest to convert to.
No,
So
there's 400 religions.
probably, I have no idea. I know of about
That's
50 or 60. That's what I know. That's the extent of my religiosity. But Islam is the easiest to convert to. You only have to find another Islamic person, and you have to say 3 times, "There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet." 3 times, and you're in. So I hope that's the real religion if Christianity is not, because on my deathbed, I can then just convert real quick and get my 72 virgins.
Oh man, I don't know. I just have a hard time. So my brother is like extremely flat earther, right?
Yeah.
He is. He's extreme flat earther,
I've
and
never
he
met a flat
always
earther for real. I've never met one.
he is like for real like
Like,
hardcore,
does he
and
think
he
that you
can.
just fall off? Like, you just off the edge?
No, you're in a firmament. So the firmament above you is basically water.
So the sky is the ocean? That essentially
It, in retrospect,
an ocean like bubble?
you're encapsulated. You're
Like a dome.
encapsulated in a dome.
Like a dome.
Yes,
Okay. So if
yes.
I run to the
So
very edge of the earth, I hit a dome.
you won't. You'll hit Antarctica. Is what
Yeah,
you'll
but
do.
what's past Antarctica if we're flat? Like, there's got to be an edge somewhere, right?
Correct. But we don't. I don't know what's on the other side of Antarctica.
Well, I don't know what's on
You
the other
can't
side of
fly over
Oklahoma either,
Antarctica.
but if I drive there, I know I'm not going to fall off the edge of the earth. That's what I'm confused by. I mean, if I run far enough in any direction, am I going to hit a dome, or am I going to fall off, or am I just going to keep running?
That I don't know. I
That's
don't
the
know nothing.
question to end all questions right there. We need to have us a runathon.
So,
You run one way, I'll run the other. We'll TikTok live each other when we get to the edge.
I'm I'm just saying. So they've tried to circumnavigate Antarctica
Okay.
60,000 miles and never got back to the same point.
Well,
That's a long way.
you wouldn't get to the same point, because you're going to keep going. You're eventually going to get out of
No,
Antarctica.
circumnavigate.
Oh, okay. That way.
Circumnavigate.
You don't use big words, dude. I'm not a scientist, bro. Say in a circle or something. Drove around, flew around, something like that. I'm not a scientist. Okay. So maybe Antarctica is just really fucking big. How big is Antarctica?
Well, if you look at the map, it goes all the way around. I don't fucking know how big Antarctica is.
Well, we're going to Google and see if Google knows the answer.
Google will tell you.
Google knows all,
Knows
man.
everything.
Okay, so there are 5,000 people that live in Antarctica, just so you're aware. That's
Okay.
what it says. And it says that it is 5,500,000 square miles. That's how.
500 million.
No. 5,500,000. So 5.5
Oh,
million
5
square
million.
miles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's according to Wikipedia. That's the area of. So what probably happened, and this is just, I haven't never researched it, but what probably happened on the people that were trying to fly around Antarctica is that they probably got flown off course due to like the wind blowing ice and snow, because I can only assume, because movies should be accurate, that there's ice and snow up there. I can only assume. I've never been there. I've seen snow dogs though, and they had a lot of ice and snow. So where there's ice and
So
snow,
my question.
okay, what's your question then?
Hold on. It said the core of the Earth's molten lava, but we only dug 15K feet, so everything is in theory. Absolutely, everything's in theory. So how
Oh
do
yeah, I
you
can agree.
hold a a pressurized system in a vacuum?
How do you have a pressurized system in a vacuum?
Correct.
Same way they could do it on airplanes and rockets. They have pressurized
So
systems.
it's
Oh.
it's it's in a it's in an encapsulated space. Correct.
Well, if it were, I mean, technically the Earth is encapsulated. Even regular round earthers believe that, because they believe the atmosphere is over us, and that is a dome around the entire Earth. They believe it's a ball inside of a ball, essentially.
Right, but what they're saying is that we're rotating at 24,000 miles an hour in a
Yeah.
circle around the sun, spinning through the cosmos
Hmm.
at 600,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. But we see the same constellations for the past
Because
however many thousands of years.
because our rotation isn't at 500,000 miles an hour. Our rotation is a lot slower than that. The
Our rotation is 24,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, but okay, so if you start here and you go like this, you're still going to see the same stars in the same area at the same times, because that's where we're going. That's why a day is 24 hours and not 538 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That's why,
Right, right. A day is 24 hours because the Earth is 24,000 miles around.
yeah,
Correct?
yeah. Well, not
24,000 and some change.
the rotation of it is the how fast we spin is 24,000 miles an hour. So that's why if you break it down, it's
Correct.
going to be 24 hours. But the way science so far has explained it, as far as the round earthers go, is that we are a ball inside of a ball, and that ball of atmosphere is what keeps us vacuumed to the ground. That's what keeps us gravitationally
Uh,
on the ground. Not so it is a dome. It's not a dome on something flat. It's a ball around a ball. So that's why we. But as far as the constellations go, of course you're going to see the same ones, because we travel on the same sphere and rotation. We're not flying randomly into space. We're on an orbit. We stay in that orbit. That's why
around the sun.
yeah, that's
But
why
the sun is traveling 600,000 miles an hour through space. And we are rotating around this thing.
well,
So,
some say that the sun is moving. Most scientists don't say the sun is moving. That our solar system is set. It's not flying like on an aircraft somewheres. I mean, yes, space is continuing to move around, but it's not like somebody popped the sun with a fucking gun and it flew through space. It's traveling around, but it's not like Star Trek. The fucking USS Enterprise isn't flying with the sun behind it. But that's why every once in a while a planet will align with another planet, cause an eclipse, and cause crazy shit in the sky to look weird. it's scientific. I'm not a scientist, but I know in my mind, until a motherfucker shows me otherwise physically, the Earth is round because that's what I've been told. If it's flat, I want to know because I want to try and jump off this bitch and float into outer space.
So supposedly the moon does not spin. You only see
I
one
was always
side of
told
it.
the moon spun, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I've never been to space.
Well, yeah. Why do we always have? Why is it? It's the dark side of the moon for a reason. You know, it. If you look at the moon,
Well, the moon, all it
look
is
at it for a
light
while, and it,
reflecting. That's all the moon is. The moon is actually all dark. The only reason the moon shines is because it has light reflecting or refracting off of it, whichever fucking word it is. Uh,
yeah,
no
yeah,
scientist.
it's illuminating from the
Yeah,
sun.
yeah, it's from the sun, and it hits that and then shows us. But I even at that, if the moon comes with us at some point, I would think it would not show. Maybe that's when we have no moon. I don't fucking know. Until I go to space, I'm gonna assume the Earth's round. I'm gonna assume that I can't run off the edge of the Earth.
Yeah. If you look at there's a NASA document that my brother showed me that literally NASA states that um, we're on an observed flat surface, and it's crazy. I don't know. I'd have to find the
My only
document.
question would be is if okay, we're on a flat surface, we're a fucking map rolled out onto a flat table. Why, if the pictures from space are correct, and they say they are, not one government entity has said the pictures from the moon are not real, how come it only showed part of the world? Wouldn't it have showed the whole fucking thing? I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
Like the pictures from the moon that Buzz Aldrin and what was the other guy, the Armstrong fucker? When they
Yeah, Neil
pictures,
Armstrong.
yeah, that guy, that asshole. When they took pictures, the picture clearly only shows part of North America and South America. I mean, through the
Okay.
clouds. If we
Well,
were
you're talking about looking through a fisheye lens.
Well, yeah, but if we were flat, wouldn't you have seen North America, South America, Europe, Asia? Like you'd see it all in a picture, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm
It's
I'm
fucking
just saying
weird.
logically that's the only thing
Until
that
I
makes
go to space, I won't know shit.
that's the only thing logically to me is if they took a picture from the moon like they supposedly say they did, if we were flat, you would have seen all the continents lined up because it would be flat, all on one direction. You could see
No,
it.
no, 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 no. So, so the deal is, my brother states that uh, the Arctic is in the center, right?
Okay.
So that's the North Pole,
Okay.
and then Antarctica is the rim, is the bowl, right? Look up Operation Fishbowl.
Got me looking up flat earth shit.
Man, he had me going on my vacation. He had me all fucking twisted up.
So, according to just the picture that I'm looking at, it, it's not saying we're flat. It's just saying we're not a sphere. It's saying we're not circular. We're like an
On
arc.
what?
According to Wikipedia, the pictures that it's showing, it it's basically saying that we're not flat like a map, but we're like curved like this.
Okay.
Am I reading that correctly? Because that's what it sounds like.
I don't know. What are you looking at? Operation Fishbowl?
Yeah, on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I don't know what the fucking website he found it on. There's some weird shit going on. That's all I know.
Oh, I don't
And
think
we
this is
don't know
the right
nothing.
thing. I don't think this is the right thing because this is talking about nuclear test programs and shit. Bluegill, starfish. Yeah, I don't think this is the.
The United Nation Earth is how they believe that's what's on their floor. Okay.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is I don't know about the Earth being flat or round. I'm gonna assume it's round until proven otherwise. But I can honestly say I do believe that there are fucking cities and shit under the ocean because we have not looked under the ocean. I think SpongeBob and Patrick are real.
I don't know what the fuck's going on, people. Uh,
I'm just here.
Shit getting deep. Going down the rabbit hole.
I don't know until some logic could talk to me. I've never, like I said, I've never met somebody who was flat Earth. So if a flat earther is out there that can talk to me and give me logic, I'm all ears. Until then,
Yeah, so BTS says she believes that UFOs are really living in the ocean, which is possible
hey, I mean
because
it's
I've heard a
possible.
lot of that coming from California
Yeah,
and
it's
like
100% possible. We've only seen like what 5% of the ocean.
seven,
Yeah,
7 or 8% of the
yeah. I
ocean.
mean, we
Yeah.
ain't seen enough to know that there ain't fucking Aquaman down there. I'm telling you, Patrick and SpongeBob living down there in Bikini Bottom. I'm trying to go. They even got an otter down there named Sandy.
Oh, Sandy.
She's from Texas, bro. You probably related to her.
NASA started by exploring the ocean. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know
actually,
that.
that's true. That is actually true.
Okay.
The NASA the first mission for NASA was like into the ocean.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's how they had the idea when they went into space what it would be like because in the ocean it's similar to the atmosphere where you're weightless and all that shit. That's actually how they trained
Right.
to begin with was ocean water.
Man, I'm gonna try to get my brother to send me all this fucking info because he was trying to get me to look up all kinds of shit. He's deep into it,
Yeah, I wish I could talk to a flat earther because I would definitely talk to him and get some logic. If I could get logic that could
and
prove we're flat, I'd believe it. I mean, I don't know what to believe. I can only believe what I've been told for 32 years.
that's right.
Just
Green
like I can only
screen.
believe we ain't got aliens, but they ain't proved it yet.
Hey, it's crazy shit out there. Shit we might not ever know.
I think maybe we might be the aliens. Who knows?
Mm.
I know Matt Walsh,
Well,
he's a big alien believer. He's all about them aliens.
we say Matt Walsh.
Yeah, Matt Walsh. If you go listen to some of his podcasts on that, he talks
Yeah,
about it, and I mean I ain't got no reason to believe there ain't aliens because until they prove there's not, I'm gonna believe there might be.